Oh, the Peppa Pig run did complete boss number 9 on the TA. Nothing major, it was just enough to complete it. So we're on the final one, boss number 10. There's some months I've got 10,000 score in a month, and this expects it to get one for one thing. And basically this is a third person shooter 3 times, so if we can do something big on this, it'll cut it quite significantly. So we're on to battle the number 10 boss. We're on Green Soldiers Heroes. It's a new purchase, it was done with a gift card, so no money spent, but it's a third person shooter. So all done, very fun game, a third person shooter game. 21 out of 21, 3,000 out of 3,000 achievement tracker, as you can see, says unlocked all achievements in this game. So a record today of 2635, up to 2.09 million, 1107 days, 46k for the month itself, so we're definitely going to 50. It's just how far over we get, because it is a 23-day weekday month, so it is usually rather than the top ones, and 367k for the year itself. So ironic that the only day of the week we're going to be out in the open, and it pours down. So that's for tonight. Castleford Scholars, 750 overall for Wigan since 2010. It's 644. Third race is Castleford Scholars, 2 wins and 2 games. 31st Scholars is the first visit to Chorley Panthers, which is the 7th new venue in 2024. Hoping to avoid the 95th loss, but get consecutive wins and 75 attendances in 2024. Hopefully this rain goes off a little bit. So full-time at Chorley Panthers, and this is the last Scholars game of the year. They've ended on a very big high. Wigan Scholars 40, Castleford 4. So continuing the Game Pass quest run, we're on Forza Horizon 4. It will be delisted later in the year, but we can get a bit more on this one anyway. Continuing on the Hidden Cats series, we're on Hidden Cats in Rome. The TA event Boss Rush is finally completed. We've done RAM with Hidden Cats. The 10,000 one did take a lot of unlocks. Just look at all that. 10,000 TA takes a lot to do. But yeah, all good. Best event we've done so far, I'd say, because we've had to put a lot of effort into this one. So no new records this week other than the end of the days. A weekly total of 12,645, so just under 200 down on last week. 2492 for the day itself. We have hit 2.1 million, which is a good milestone to hit. 176 will complete this run next week. We are 51k for the month, so we need 6,000 in the final 3 days, which we should be able to do to be a best month, and 372k for the year. So Friday night in Wigan, a bit of everything tonight. We're at DW, or the Brick as it's now called, later for Wigan Wire. We've just been in the arena to go to the shop, and we're off to the Leisure Centre to watch a bit of wheel action. So a bit of everything on a Friday night. So short version of the wheelchair game. Wheelchair reserves against Warrington, 76 attendance overall. Just wheelchair friendly, 751 overall, 645 for Wigan, first against Wire wheelchair reserves, and it's just a bit of a small one. So, a bit of a short game, both teams had a good go. It was a draw, so it's 15 draws in 4 So, Festival Inclusivity continues. We've done the wheels reserves, so we've now got the LDRL in the TCBS, which is a mix of Halifax, Warrington and Wigan as an overall. So as an event, we're just classing it as 1 attendance for the LDRL. It's the 4th time we've seen LDRL played, and I'll count it as an other because there's Wigan and other clubs in this one. So, nice occasion from the LDL. This is now the PDRL. 4th time we've seen PDRL. This is the first time we've seen a Wigan Wire game. It's the 80th attendance for the year. It's 401st at home because the LDRL counted as a 400th home game. So let's see what this is like. So the PDRL proved to be a very close one. I think Warrington get the only score of the game, so it was a 95th loss for a Wigan team. So main games upon us is the 756th attendance overall, 649 for Wigan. 43rd record against Warrington, 25 wins, 15 losses. It is an 8-game winning streak. We've seen 4 different levels in one day for the first time.
It's 81st attendance in 2024. A lot of the other statistics will be dependent on what the wheels and the PDRL added to them, but I think 114 is pretty much set up to be beaten this year. Well, if last week's first half wasn't bad enough, this is pretty much equalled it. Wigan absolutely out of it. I look half of them look like they've been raving all week, just like they were last week. Wigan 4, Warrington 18. This is a joke. Friday night ahead of a very packed weekend. This was not what we expected. For the first time in just under 16 games at home, Wigan have lost. And just like last May, they conceded 40. Wigan 40, Wigan 4, Warrington 40. Abysmal is an understatement.
So we'll start a very busy day, mainly doing travel, but we'll come on to that later. But Rugby Park Energy Centre for the wheelchair against London. 757 overall, 650 for Wigan since 2010. First against London wheelchair, who I think become the 106th team we've seen Wigan face. 18th wheelchair, 4th in wheelchair SL. Looked to avoid 3 consecutive losses after midweek, after yesterday, and the LDRL. And we'll cover 300 home win, but avoiding 199th overall loss and 82nd attendance in 2024. Half time, so far so good for Wigan. Wigan 24, London 16. So, full time here for RPLC, very successful first meeting against London for me. Wigan 48, London 34. After being 12-0 down early on Wigan, they came back to obviously be 24-16 at half time. Went behind, and it was a bit of topsy-turvy, then 2 rapid scores, ended up winning it. So, successful for Wigan in the end. Quick bus into Wigan, went out Walgate for leg 1 of the way to Hull. So, first train leg of the day done. We've now done Walgate and went out in Victoria for the train up where we'll change at Leeds and then on to Hull. So, we arrived in Leeds, as you can see, Leeds train station. However, just like every other train today, we've not actually had to leave the station yet. We just wait here for a good 15 minutes. And there's a train to Hull where we'll be able to have a bit of a rest after that. Well, we're used to seeing it from a coach when we come to Chorley like last week, but this is the first chance we've ever had to do the Humber Bridge in full. Because we're coming in on the train. That's how you know you're in Hull. The best view we've ever got of it. Although whether we actually do more or not, we'll soon see. So, here we go, the first time ever. Under the Humber Bridge on a train. There we go. So there you go, we arrived in Hull. So now just the onward stop to the hotel to do something we've never done on this series since it began in 2015. Stay somewhere other than my own house. So we're in Hull. Well, we were going to film outside the hotel, but there was a party with a lot of costumes. I don't think they're taken too kindly to being filmed by a stranger. But yep, this is it. For the first time since H1A started, we're at a hotel for the evening, and let's hope it's worth it with what happens tomorrow. 2-star, so for £40 I'm well happy. Now it's morning, we can see a little better. That was the view outside. We had a couple of coffees, one last night, one this morning. I say, nice room overall for £50. Well worth it. It was a bit of a strange one last night where there was a spider came in there, but we got rid of it easily enough. But yep, all good. So we're giving a good review about the Embassy Hotel, and if we ever do come up to Hull again, we'll likely stay here again. Some apple juice and a sausage and egg gravy. So, bus ride and a nice walk. Popped at the pound stretcher, 2 bottles of water for 40p. Can't throw that away. We're here at Steel Group Craven Bar for the first time ever to see women's games. Women's nines, should be a bit of fun today. Let's see how it goes. So, game 1 of the 9s, York against Huddersfield, 758 overall. It is the 83rd attendance, 108th of it. It is the first time we've seen them meet, 55th 9s overall and 42nd 9s of them. So, half time, York 8, Huddersfield 4. So, a bit of a shock in the opening game, York 8, Huddersfield 16. So, we'll see how that pans out with Wigan Scoop later on. So, game 2, Leeds against St Helens, 759 overall. 84th attendance, 6 meeting between the two. Leeds have won 3, Saints have won 2. 56 nines were there overall, 53rd nines, and it's the 140th women's game overall, and 109th other game overall. So, very close first half, Leeds 4, Saints 0. Well, the announcer went a bit early. It was Leeds 12, St Helens 4. So, game 3, and this is the first big one of the day for me. York against Wigan, 85th attendance of the season, 53rd neutral, 14th Wigan's 9s, 200th loss we're hoping to avoid, 651 for Wigan. Against York it's a 12, 4 wins, 7 losses, 1 game win streak after last week. So, strong first half from Wigan, Wigan 15, York 4, tries from Hunter, Banks and Rowe. So, full time, highest score of the afternoon so far, Wigan 28, York 8, 5 pointers for Jenna and Izzy, and then Banks, Hunter, Eva and Georgia. So, game 4, Leeds against Cardiff. It is the 110th other, first time we've ever seen them face each other, 761 overall, 58 women's 9s overall, 44th women's 9s other, and 86 point attendance in 2024. So, half time, very close first half, Cardiff 0, Leeds 9. So, full time, the scoreboard is slightly wrong because he did say a conversion for the third try, so I had it as Cardiff 0, Leeds 23. It was 23-21, Leeds 1. So, game 5, Huddersfield against Wigan, 87th attendance, 54th neutral, 15th Wigan 9, 6-5-2 for Wigan, 59th 9s overall, 8th meeting, 7 wins out of 7, and we still are hoping to avoid the 200 loss. So, half time, and Wigan comfortable so far. Huddersfield 0, Wigan 13, tries from Coleman and Jones with a 5-pointer. Well, a bit of history for Wigan. Part 2 will have to wait as Ruby Hunter makes a Wigan debut in the 9s. However, Eva has gone off, so the sisters are yet to play together. Hopefully it will happen sometime today. So, full time, and Wigan have absolutely stormed to a victory in this one. Huddersfield 0, Wigan 31. 59 points in 2 games. We are on fire today. So, final group game 6, Saints against Cardiff, 111th other, 88 attendance, 60th women's 9s overall. Second time we've seen these play each other. St Helens did win that first one, and it's a 45th 9s other. So, let's see how it goes. So, half time, and this is a bit of a shocker. St Helens 0, Cardiff 8. Cardiff could be going through to the semi-finals for the first time. Oh, huge shock for the 9s. Cardiff Demons 17, St Helens 9. Cardiff head in the semi-finals. If all goes well, I think it's going to be Wigan against Cardiff and Leeds against Huddersfield, but we'll see that when we come to it. So, game 7, semi-final time, Wigan against Cardiff. 89th attendance, 6-5-3 for Wigan. 61st 9s, third against Cardiff, played 2-1-2, so hoping to avoid 200 losses, and is looking for 4 consecutive wins, and obviously a second consecutive final if they do win. So, half-time in semi-final 1, Wigan 13, Cardiff 0. Tries from Rowe and Coleman. So, full-time, and Wigan have done it 2 years in a row. It's Wigan in the final, full-time Wigan 40. Cardiff is it. So, semi-final 2, Leeds against Huddersfield. 90th attendance for the year, which means we've equalled 2022 attendances, and we're still only in July. So, it's guaranteed to be at least the second best year of attendance, if not the first. 62nd 9s overall, 46 9s other, 112th other game, and they've met before, and Leeds did win the first meeting. So, half-time, very close semi-final first half, Leeds 4, Huddersfield 2. So, full-time, Leeds 12, Huddersfield 0, which means with the repeat of last year's final, it's Wigan against Leeds. Hopefully this time, it's a different outcome. So, it's Women's 9s final, just like last year, it is Wigan against Leeds. That's for this one, 6-5-4 for Wigan, 63rd 9s overall. We are hoping to still avoid the 200 loss overall. It is not a best of records against Leeds because this is the 12th time we've seen them play, and we've only ever seen Wigan beat them once. 1 win, 9 losses and 1 draw, so hopefully that'll turn around. We're looking for 5 consecutive wins. So, half-time here at Craven Park, it's Wigan 4, Leeds 0. We've said this 3 times this year when Wigan have led against Leeds in St Helens. One time we came up against York. Come on, let's do this. Yes, there you go. Most expensive rugby league trip I've ever done, and it's come off success. Wigan Warriors women are women's 9s champions. Absolutely brilliant, girls. £100+ well spent. So, runners up this afternoon, Leeds Rhinos. Yeah. There we go, women's 9s champions for the first time, Wigan. So we arrived from Hull in Doncaster, down for the connection to Leeds on the next train. Well, we've arrived in Leeds, but due to not realising the train I'd got on at Doncaster, obviously I was going from Doncaster to Manchester, but my ticket was one that didn't go through Leeds, and the one that I was on did. The conductor thought it was smart to make it more worse than it was by not only saying wrong train on service, oh, you're in trouble, you're going to get a fee. So what was already the most expensive rugby trip is probably going to be a little more expensive. The win is a saving grace, but it has slightly dampened the mood a little. But we never had a trip before for the women's rugby that hasn't had some sort of travel chaos, so we're sort of jinxing it by not having yet. So we're now here at Leeds now, waiting for the train to Newton, which was the one we were going to get originally, however an hour and a half earlier. So we're going to get home earlier, but it's going to cost me a little more than it should have done. Well, anyone who's seen the earlier stories knows that this weekend on the trains may get more expensive because of the error. My own fault really, I suppose. But it means it's the last train trip for a couple of weeks, where we will then, yet again for the women, I mean, I like following them, but it's negative that it has to be on a train to lots of places, or a coach with the fans, but it is what it is, it's a train. So it'll be the 9th of August, because Leeds have decided that we need to play there on a Friday night. So, next sport wise will be Wednesday, for a £5, a nice cheap trip to St Helens for a double.